This is a terrible precedent. This is terrible even for the standards from Texas. Texas A&M suspended professor accused of criticizing Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick in a lecture. That is where we're going. We're going full on fascism in Texas and Florida. Okay, the professor, an expert on the opioid crisis, was placed on paid administrative leave and investigated, raising questions about the extent of political interference in higher education, particularly in health related matters. So here is a fuller picture of Joy Alonzo. She is an expert on the opioid epidemic. The Texas A&M University professor had just returned home from giving a routine lecture on the opioid crisis at the University of Texas Medical Branch in March, when she learned a student had accused her of disparaging Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick during the talk. In the few hours it took to drive home from Galveston, the complaint had made its way up to her supervisors, and Alonzo's job was suddenly at risk. "I'm in a ton of trouble. Please call me," she wrote to Chandler's self, the professor who invited her to speak. Alonzo was right to be afraid. Not only were her supervisors involved, but so was Chancellor John Sharp, a former state comptroller who now holds the highest ranking position in the Texas A&M University system, which includes 11 public universities and 153,000 students. And Sharp was communicating directly with the Lieutenant Governor's office about the incident, promising swift action. Less than 2 hours after the lecture ended, Patrick's chief of staff had sent Sharp a link to Alonzo's professional bio. Shortly after, Sharp sent a text directly to the lieutenant governor. "Joy Alonzo has been placed on administrative leave, pending investigation regarding her firing. Should be finished by the end of the week." The text message was signed J. Sharp, as in Chancellor John Sharp. For free speech advocates, health experts, and students, Texas A&M's investigation of Alonzo was a shocking demonstration of how quickly university leaders allow politicians to interfere in classroom discussions on topics in which they are not experts, and another example of increasing political involvement from state leaders in how Texas universities are managed. This should, regardless of your political leanings, this should terrify you if you want to go to school in Texas. If you are in Texas, they are literally infringing on free speech, and they're controlling what the professors can teach about simply because of politics and nepotism and the buddy-buddy system. You guys can read into it. In this whole article, I never quite understood what she said. Maybe someone will shed some light in the discussion.